Welcome to our lovely future humans. Before we continue with our conversation on the difference between disciples and spiritual masters or enlightened ones, and then we're going to have a TikTok live, so you might want to scooch on over there if you're curious, where we'll review some of that which we've discussed on YouTube. And yeah, for spiritual masters, gurus, enlightened ones, the narratives are not strong at all because they're just words. You're like, what the fuck? Doesn't anybody know how stories were created? By word of mouth. And I have a communion with God, and also I do have a relationship with Source, Akash, Anima Mundi, Infinite and Beyond, and that's why spirituality and sciences come together for integrated brains. Not the ones who are in their self-righteous energy, which is often learned and is the reserve of childhood pain that is aimed at others directly or privately in thoughts. Thank you, Patrick Tian, as he's a childhood trauma survivor, good therapist. I always say heal and healing. And he's sharing the problem with self-righteousness is that it is going to feel good at the moment when they have control and the upper hand, but then there's no intimacy or the kindness that they were born with, which is why you would understand if you tune into yesterday why self-righteous mystics are not the true love, but they are fear. So remember that we always get to choose, because while science is, like Robert Sapolsky with Determined says, we have no free will, because the first 3 years of your life determined if your body is a nervous system that is in a constant state of defensiveness. And as we learned from Dr. Amy Pijan, that's not a sin. That's actually unfortunate business for your first years of life, and you can undo it. But even after years of therapy, you might still be working to get your body to move and stay in the state of what I have and the future humans, body and connection, ventral vagal state, and all the somatic empaths of enlightened therapists and modern day ones, the ones who are talking to you about it being dangerous. They're the ones who are wanting to stay in the left brain with control, which is a warm blanket, because they have difficulty dealing with uncertainty. That's why they won't become paid subscribers or free subscribers. The inner growth mindful mindset is for those who can be self-aware, accountable, and regulating. When you're aware, though, that's maximum uncertainty. Thanks, Dr. Daniel Siegel. And the kind intention, they don't like to do kindness towards themselves. So they actually think that well-being is expensive or fake. It's not, but you do want to learn how to be neutral and then kind. Otherwise, you're not going to get to be intimate with yourself or have intimacy with another person. So those caught up in self-righteousness often have to decide what they value and recognize that they were set up for contempt and self-righteousness. And that is from a parent to a child. So it's essential to not pass it on. I agree, Patrick Chan. Tune on into our extended.